actually believe America's racist?
Hell yeah, are you joking?
You guys believe that?
Hold on.
You don't? Actually?
No, just so we can get the situation here level. You know what I mean?
The United States is often called the Great Melting Pot, but it's a country that's struggled with race relations throughout its history and still does today. A 2015 CNN and Kaiser Family Foundation poll found about half of Americans think racism is a big problem, one that doesn't seem to be getting better. 2/3 said racial tensions in the United States had increased over the last decade. More than half of blacks said they had experienced some form of racial discrimination in their lifetimes, from being denied.
Before anything, I was just in Canada 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and I was called a nigger by a Canadian in Ottawa, in downtown. And I have been in America for 28 years and no one has ever called me a nigger straight to my face. So it's everywhere in this world is racist. I literally got called a nigger by 2 Adana people in different situations in Ottawa.
And I think for you to say,
do you guys think America's more racist, the most racist place in the world?
You can't equate levels of racism. You can't say this one's a higher racist country than this one. Listen.
So why are we here? Why hooyooyinkan meesha maxay u yimaadeen waddankan hooyooyinka cuntaa la siiyey wax kasta la siiyey guri baa lagu siiyey kan baa lagu siiyey iskool baa lagu siiyey shaqaa lagu siiyey adigu baasboor baa lagu siiyey ka soo qaad mayaa ku siiyey may anaka ka hadlaynaa we chose adigu you didn't choose, none of us chose to come here, we're children at the time, right? So
you do know if Donald Trump was in power when our parents, when the war started, we would not be here.
But let's be honest, right? That's why you have 2 political parties. If Trump was the guy that's, you know, was a leader right now, Somalia in the middle of the, you know, in the crisis that it's in, and the Democrats were saying we want to bring these you know, people from these countries in, you wouldn't have the volume that you would have right now, because I want to respect what she said. She doesn't want to go into geopolitics and international, go international. But if you bring it down to a to a small level, is I'm not going to everybody else. We were the first to go off the list of all these other countries that are now completely ravaged by these war on terror and global interests that have been happening with geopolitics, right? We were the children that were first gone. So we're not at the time where Syrians are where they are at right now, right? So if we were to show up now and Somalia had that today, in the middle of whatever it was, it would have been it would have been a lot easier for us to get back better, because we would have been at the end of this. Somalia started at the beginning of the cycle.
Okay, so what you're saying is because we got led into, you know, Western society when the war started, that has left us at a disadvantage now, because
my father stayed back. My family, my mom came, my father stayed back to help rebuild, still there, never left, will never come back, will never come to North America. He's one of the guys, he's one of the ones that are like, I choose to stay to help rebuild, right? And things like this. So what I think the whole thing is when you speak to somebody back home, the young Africans back home, and you ask them and you say, with, you know, all due respect, if you are a Somali, black, whatever, and you have a mom who's a drug addict, a father who's in prison, but you have your wits about you, you still have more opportunity. No, listen, you still have more opportunity than a Somali or an African in Africa right now. If we're talking about skin color, Africa kunol, that shares the same skin as me, it's my skin, right? You still have so much better chance in the United States and in the Western countries, point blank. And I don't think a lot of people wouldn't agree with that, right? So if you feel, no, you may say, you know what? Do you actually believe Africans in Africa have a better chance than African Americans or Africans that decide to come to the United States, this racist, or North America and Europe, this racist place?
Yes.
Why were those your examples?
But here, and you know what's even crazier? More Adans are going, if you want a better life now, a more opportunity, more Adans are going to Africa for business. Young Adans are going to Africa. Young Africans that are here, second generation, we're going back home to invest because this place has been tapped out of resources, tapped out of being able to go up, right? Everything has been pretty much accounted for, you name it, right? So, come on, man.
Hold
Who
on.
hurt you?
I think it's not racist. I don't think the place is racist. Racist is not. I think I've been around the world. I've seen places that are really racist. It's not racist here. I don't think.
Larry,
I've been to the States.
Larry, I have one question for you. The United States is, you don't believe it's a racist country?
I don't believe it's a racist country.
Hold on. No.
Okay.
Who's paying you? Who's paying you?
I just want to
Whose
know.
pocket are you in? To
I'm
show
not in a pocket. I'm using
Steve
my
Bannon
phone.
or Breitbart infiltrated your mind clearly, because
My
this
mom,
country
my
was built
grandmother can
on
walk around.
slavery.
Larry.
Yeah.
Hold on, Larry.
Safe with a
country was-
hijab on in the United States. She
Hold on.
walks around, no problem. Nobody says anything.
Larry,
At the top.
hold on a second. This country was built on slave labor. This country was built off the backs of the slaves they brought over from Africa, who until the 1960s were
Yes.
3/4 of a human being.
Yes, exactly.
Do not ever fix your mouth to say America is not a racist country.
Today?
Hold, I'm
Today?
not.
What about Arab talk?
I'm reclaiming my time. Larry, I'm reclaiming my time.
No, did I say that?
Let
Did
me
I say
reclaim my time.
America was not?
Larry,
or today is not
let me
racist?
get my
Is
point.
America racist today?
Larry, let her finish.
Let
Let
me
We
finish.
have
Go
to
ahead,
all
go ahead,
talk
go ahead.
one at a time.
One at a time.
Okay, go ahead,
What
go ahead.
I'm saying is, for a country to have been built off slave labor, for the fact that for 400 plus years, we were seen as less than 3/4 of a person, okay? Don't ever say that this country is not racist when there are institutions till this day, whether it's in the medical field, whether it's in professional job searches, whether it's in economy, whether it's in political office, there is always something going against the Black person. So do not say the country is not racist when in every attempt it has shown statistically that they put down the Black person. That's the definition of racism.
And they still have these.
And we still come here. And we still come here because.
Hold on. And they still have this in place now where colleges are even like they have a minimum number they have to hit because they know if they didn't have that number, they still would not admit.
Affirmative
that many Black
action is
people.
a thing because of the historic racism in this country.
Oh, there's negative aspects to it. Like, hey, guys, and you have to have X amount of people in this program and in this thing. Like, oh,
is America racist? Well, we had racist presidents before. We've had racist policies in place, but it's tough to say America is racist because, like, I'm an American, right? America's a melting pot. America, when you talk about America, it seems to be, I guess, synonymous with white people, and it's not really that. It's diverse. In fact, the majority of America, it'll be majority minority in the next couple of decades. So it'll be less whites. So yes, there are racism in all levels of government. There's racism in the workplace.
In the United States, I feel personally, right? Even in North America here, I mean, we're Canada. I call it North America because literally by. So, no, I don't think so. And I have my reasons to believe that based on being able to grow from, like he was saying, the issues that, the redlining, when you're a Black male, African male, or immigrant or whatever it is, and the issues that were the systemic issues that have affected people of color for so many decades. And then you're a young male of the same social classes or same social issues, and you're able to use the tools to benefit you or to move up or to get a house in a neighborhood that you prefer, put your kids in a school that you want, get the job that you want, get the education that you want, be able, nobody's going to tell you can't buy this stock, you can't buy that stock, being able to get access to gold, commodities. At that moment, from what I feel, that has the United States, Canada, has gone a lot further than where it used to be. So in terms of the greater world outside of the United States, you know, and compared to where the United States is not racist. Canada is not racist. I don't think Europe is not racist. And these are and that's just my feelings. Like if I step outside, nobody's picked me up and threw me in a van. Nobody's told me I can't be in here. I can't have access to this. I can't have access to that. You know, it's and if a company is doing something that I don't like, hey, I won't support them. You know, if a company is saying, you know, but
Fire Shade. Do you guys agree?
Larry, first of all, no, Larry, I want to give you your props in the fact that you have a way of answering a question without answering a question. You go around bullshit about Sokala Waregesa before you get to your conclusion. And I think
it's always wrong.
And it's wrong. And you know, I would tell you to log out, but we're having a discussion. So we'll keep you on for right now. What I do think is that I think that it's very easy to get caught up in what you think the world looks like from your vantage point than everybody else's. And I think that's what you are not seeing. Maybe because Calgary doesn't have a lot of people, so maybe there's not enough people to call you a nigger out there. But
it's
here,
only Adan people there, first of all.
But here in Northern Virginia, as multicultural as it is, I've been called an ape. I have been told to go back to my country. I have been called a porch monkey. I have been denied jobs. I have been denied housing. So
dating partner,
I don't have that problem. I only deal with Somalis. But however, I think that it's from everybody's vantage point, but to make a broad statement by saying it's not racist now, maybe before, but not now, is completely insane, because you have instances like Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery. Those are all instances of racial bias.
These are all tied to law enforcement. That's law enforcement's a total.
Trayvon Martin.
Forget Trayvon Martin. There was a barrister in the UK who went to court to defend her case, and they actually arrested her because they thought that she was part of the public, just because she's a black woman. Because apparently a black woman.
He's saying this is all involving some type of legal aid, like law enforcement. That Trayvon Martin was just a citizen's arrest that he was
a white man who was able to go in and be like,
and the law still was on his side. So, I just think your problem is, I think you see everything just through your eyes.
No, there's people that actually
Larry, one at a time.
Go ahead.
No, I just think you see things from your eyes and what affects you and your peripherals. Like, I think you have blockers, right? And no, because it's not Abby, because you're not looking to your left to see your person on your left. You're not looking to your left. You're not looking to your right, because you're only seeing what affects you.
And
personally.
Larry, if people are telling you, hold on,
and you cut people off.
So go ahead.
No, I want you to have that, like, the sympathy, like the naharis, like something, like, just because it's not affecting you and your pockets. There's other people who don't even have the ability to speak, but they don't even have the ability to speak up on issues that are directly affecting them. Yes, alhamdulillah, we're privileged that we don't have a lot of these issues that affect us in our day-to-day, but there are people who don't have platforms. They don't even know how to articulate. They don't even understand that fucked up shit is happening to them. Like, they just are literally, they think this is how life is supposed to be. And it's our job, as in better positions in life, to be able to say, hey, I'm here. Maybe you'll listen to me, and I need you to look at that person, because they don't have the same opportunities that I have.
Yeah, that's what me and Mo talk about. And that's what I do in terms of the financial side when we're with our friends, and we say, hey,
why do you think? Why do you always relate drugs?
Like these, like you said, hey, some people don't have.
You sound like a racist.
Hold on, Larry. Lul's got a great question. She said,
why do you correlate these terms when you say they're in jail, they're on drugs? Don't be.
No. The opportunities that you have right now, 2020, and you guys are saying to me, you just said, you made it seem like we're in the 1800s, right? We're in the 1800s, Okala. United States, from my point of view, right now is the best in North America, Canada. This is the best places to be.
Larry, you don't live here. It must be great to have that idea when you don't live here.
In terms of the opportunity.
We're gonna move on.
Okay.
And I think also this leads into the first question that Mohammed asked earlier, which is it just you, or are you willing to put you aside for the sake of community? And you didn't quite answer that question, but now while you're talking, I'm realizing it's more about you and less about the collective. And I think when you think that
no, but that's the social. That's the from a conservative satiri Umar markuu yiri conservative waxa way adigu idaa shugul idaa idaaf. Leave me alone. Let me do my thing. I'll pay my tax. I'll do my thing. Afarahayga so good, right?
Some people need help.
Kalana, dad baa jira, like yourself, you want to be in my affairs. You want to tell me what to do, what to eat, what to pay, what to have, what it is. And at the same time, if I push back,
Larry, nobody is saying that.
Nobody is saying that. Enough.